Hello all, this is Halloween. Thank you for joining me again today. Mr. Bone Jangles is real excited about today because it's going to be our last video for this Halloween. You can do it if you're a man or if you're a woman, but we're going to start with Nosferatu. Nosferatu was a film. It was a silent film back in 1926. It was made featuring Max Shrek as Dracula. And you'll see, it's pretty wild. So enjoy and let's get started. So obviously we are Dracula, Nosferatu, so we're all black today. I've got a shawl here, or I guess it's a scarf. I'm gonna wrap that around my neck just to look ruffly and more Dracula-like. We're gonna be bald, so this is our bald cap. I've got just a cheap hair, which I'm going to make eyebrows out of. So he had some wild and crazy bushy eyebrows far before Brooke Shields ever existed. And I've got just a black pair of slacks. I've got a black turtleneck top that I'm going to wear underneath. Now, I really splurged on these teeth because these are actual Nosferatu teeth. If you'll notice, the fangs are in the front rather than on the incisors, I think they're called. So his teeth were quite different. I got these from Etsy and they were $54. So you don't have to do that. You can, I'm sure, just use regular Dracula teeth or vampire teeth if you want to, because I was doing this particular Dracula, I wanted to get the teeth, so I spent way too much money on these, but they're gonna look really good. And then I just have a pair of black boots that I bought from the thrift store. The jacket was $14.95, the boots were $13. I just spent a couple bucks on the turtleneck, and I have a black pair of slacks. It's all black, so that's pretty much it. We're gonna use our fairy ears that I used for the fairy. I just spray painted them white. They're outside drying right now. So other than that, that's pretty much the whole ensemble. It's going to be mostly makeup today. For makeup, the licorice black Ben Nye. This is all the Ben Nye Aqua. Now to get Ben Nye, you have to go onto the website, and it does ship within a couple days. So you should have it in time for Halloween. This is the Ben Nye Cloud White. I have over here, because Nosferatu had a long pointed nose. So we're going to use some of this Ben Nye nose and scar wax. And then white contact lenses. Now these aren't the whiteout contact lenses that I couldn't see in. I can actually see in these. These are just regular white lenses. They have the hole in the middle so that you can see. And that'll be all for makeup. Of course, you want to have your sponge and some water set aside as well. And we'll go ahead and get started. I went ahead and got started. And the reason for that is because you guys have seen me wipe my face plenty of times. You know how to do it by now. So what I did was I put my bald cap on, and what you're going to want to do is put the bald cap on first, because you're going to have to cut around your ears. Don't try to do that before you put the bald cap on. And the reason for that is because this really thin latex will split, and then you're going to have a huge piece probably out, or you're going to have to figure out a way to put it back together. I always recommend getting a few bald caps, you know, maybe when they go on sale after Halloween, because you never know what you're going to be doing that might need one. This costume needed one, and I only had one bald cap, so I wasn't going to take any chances. I put my, once I put the bald cap on, you're going to glue with your spirit gum adhesive. Where you've trimmed it, you want to glue it like sideburns down here, and glue it in the back. If it goes down far enough, you're going to glue it in the back. So that way it's on nice and tight. You don't have a lot of wrinkles. Now, Max Shrek did have wrinkles in his head in the film, so I'm not really concerned about that. I had the eyebrows in my cheap hair packet that I bought. I trimmed them up so that they were this shape, and they were adhesive, so I went ahead and peeled off the backing and put them on. He had very ugly eyebrows. So what we're gonna do now is just start doing the black around the eyes. The rest of his face was white. So this is a pretty easy makeup job. Just gotta, make sure your bald cap is on. If you're already bald, this is a great costume for you, because putting the bald cap on when you have hair could be tricky. I just pinned my hair up like almost like when you're doing, when you're straightening your hair. If you've ever straightened your hair, pin it up as flat as you can to your scalp. And then you put a wig cap on and then the bald cap. So I'm just gonna be doing my eyes now. I've got my licorice black. And Max Shrek actually had some down below the eye. So we're gonna go below our eye. I'm gonna be a little bit more careful with this one. His was actually kind of a shape, so I don't want to do like too messy. So just gonna go around my eye. It's kind of like what you're gonna want it to look like. Right there. My teeth ended up being a disaster, but I'm just going to chew some gum to keep them in. They're really narrow, so I ended up splitting them, trying to fit them to my teeth with the thermal beads, and it is what it is. I think I got some super glue on my teeth, but wasn't the first time, probably won't be the last, so I ain't worried about it. They'll work for today. So now I'm just kind of cleaning up where I went a little too big with my white. It's also going to blend it. It's almost like Uncle Fester sort of look we're going for. There it is. Gosh, he's an ugly person, but I love it. So get the rest of my black, go around my eye. I'm probably going to go along my waterline with the black as well. And that's what you're wanting, that sort of effect. Yeah. When we get the teeth in, it'll be, and the costume on, it'll look really good. I've got my ears, and I've painted them white. So I'm gonna do my other eye off camera. So I've blended my eyes. As you can see, it goes down into a little bit of gray. That's fine. I kind of like it. I think it turned out pretty good. Now I've got the nose and scar wax on my nose. And I'm just kind of forming it into a long point, because that's kind of how I want it to look. It is sticky stuff, so it's may not be the easiest to work with. It's good that it's sticky. You want it to stick to your nose, so. And once this is formed the way I want it to, I'm just gonna paint over it. Paint the white. So I don't know if you can see my nose. It's pretty long and pointed. I've gotten part of the way dressed here. I'm going to wipe my hands, and also I bought some nails. Nosferatu had long nails. Got acrylic nails. I'm just going to glue them onto the top of my acrylic nails. My nail person is really gonna love me when they have to do repair work on these, but whatever, it's Halloween, I don't care. So that's all I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wipe my hands. I'm gonna put my contacts in first, because I don't want to scratch my eyeball out when I'm taking my contacts off. So that's what I'm doing. Looks pretty good. See you soon. I am vampire Nosferatu. So I'm going to go take some photos, and I'll see you in a minute. I'm taking these out so I can talk to you. Hope you enjoyed today's creature feature. The teeth ended up being a bit of a fail. So, unfortunately, but I'm willing to take those chances for you. They were expensive. They ended up breaking. I can probably fix them for a future costume. But anyway, I'm happy with the way this one turned out. You can try it at home. This is Halloween. And happy Halloween. Hello again. I just want to thank you all for joining me this season. It's been a wild ride and a lot of work, and I hope you liked all of the different looks. I will be joining you next year again, probably starting in August, a little earlier so I'm not so under pressure. But since you missed a few this year because they didn't all make it to camera, I am going to show you some of the other looks that you missed. Enjoy! Thank you again for joining me this year. It's been a blast. I hope you get some ideas, maybe from even the other looks that you missed. I'll see you next fall around August. I'll start costumes and hopefully get them all on camera next year. I am going to be doing another series of videos, probably a different channel, haunted places and cemeteries with Halloween. So I hope to be getting that started next week or maybe the week after, and be going to different cemeteries and haunted places. Please like and subscribe, share the videos, and hopefully you'll get a lot of great ideas. If not for this year, perhaps next year. See you later.